The Flinders Ranges, 500 kilometres north of Adelaide, is a photographer's paradise with deep gorges filled with majestic gums and waterholes surrounded by towering bluffs. Wilpena Pound is the central focus of the national park, with ancient ramparts towering above the plain. Giant gums line the creeks. The most famous is the Casno tree, named the spirit of endurance, epitomising the age of the landscape. Wilpena Creek winds its way slowly out of the interior of the pound through a stand of young red gum. Following a path, its course can be followed into the pound. A red-capped robin crossed our path after any insects we had disturbed. A large waterhole is the source of water for the Wilpena resort. A narrow path winds its way through the rocks and across the creek to where the pioneers attempted to grow wheat, but both the weather and the difficulty of accessing markets contributed to their demise. A parenti scurried along the side of the track as we headed back. The creeks and the gums lining them are an outstanding feature of the ranges. The pioneers braved adversity in this remote area. The grave of Emma Smith in this desolate part of the Flinders is testimony to their fortitude. The remains of younger Goona Hut stand as a reminder to the disregard of nature to man's endeavours in this harsh environment. The creeks in Bratchana Gorge still had considerable water. At the western entrance to Bratchana Gorge, the ABC Range disappears into the distance towards Lee Creek, and the Bratchana Creek, lined with red gums, makes its way out of the pass. The road into Sacred Canyon provides many lookouts over the ranges to Wilpena Pound. Paper daisies cover the ground in this area. Walking into the canyon along the creek bed soon takes you into a sandstone gorge where the going can become quite difficult, but the reward is the Aboriginal petroglyphs in the steepest part. Apialina ruins are all that remains of an attempt by Joseph Wills in 1850 to set up a pastoral farm alongside the creek that only flows in good seasons. Like most early settlers, the arid environment took its toll. The flat stone quarried on site and used for the construction is a unique feature of Apiolina. Kaniaka Creek flows past the ruins of Kaniaka Station, once a large sheep run. In 1856, the station leases totaled 365 square miles and in a good season housed up to 70 workers. "42 kilometres north of Hawker, the Morillana Creek crosses the Lee Creek Road. Following the creek along the Morillana Tourist Drive takes us across to the Wilpena Road through stunning scenery between Wilpena Pound and the Aqaba Range. Aqaba Creek is lined with ancient red gums that are one of the outstanding attractions of the Flinders Ranges. Waterholes form after the rain but do not last long in the arid environment. The road to Bunyaroo Gorge travels across the arid high plain of the Flinders. Many lookouts give views over the foothills and valleys to Wilpena Pound. Looking south from the Aruna homestead towards the Pound, you start to realise why this area had such an attraction for the great Australian artist of the Flinders, Sir Hans Hyson. The wide fertile valley nestled between the ranges must have looked inviting for the first pioneers, only to have their hopes dashed by the uncertainties of the weather. The old shearers' quarters has been restored and is a welcome shelter for campers. Numerous emus congregate in the valley, including a father with his brood of chicks. In the Calatrix pine, a spiny-cheeked honeyeater demolished a locust. Parachulna Creek only flows after exceptional rains, but its width where it emerges from the ranges indicate how much water can flow for short periods. Higher up, water can remain amongst the steep gorges for some time after rain.